Today we're going to get up and running with Python. Here's what's coming up. We're going to get ourselves a code editor. We'll need this for actually creating Python scripts. Next, we'll install Python on our machines so that we can actually run the scripts we create. By the end of the video we'll have everything set up and ready to start creating. Let's get started. The first thing we will need is an editor. There are so many editors available and all have their good points. You can even use Notepad or TextEdit if you like bare bones, and are a bit of a masochist. I have worked with a few editors in my time, but, personally, these days I really like working with Visual Studio Code from Microsoft. I found it to be very usable and provides all the features I need. I've left details of some alternatives down in the description. If you want to follow along with me, then let's head over to the MS Code site. Otherwise, feel free to choose an editor that suits you and skip ahead. Okay, here we go. Downloading and installing it is pretty straightforward. First, we download the installer. Then we just need to follow the on-screen instructions. You should be okay to leave everything on default options. In this left-hand side view we can set up our folders. This will let us keep everything tidy and organized. It's even asking us to open up a folder here. So let's do that now. Let's create a folder for our first scripts. I'll put it here, in my Documents folder. I'll call it Learning Python, but feel free to call yours whatever you like. There. We now have an editor to write our scripts and a folder to put them in. There's just one more thing to do here. With MS Code you can install extensions. These are bolt-ons that improve and augment the base MS Code functionality. One thing they can offer is code highlighting for specific languages, including Python. These extensions can really help when writing and reading code. For now, I strongly recommend installing at least the Python extension. All we need to do is come to the Extensions tab and search for Python. There are quite a few options, but this one at the top, authored by Microsoft themselves, will be good enough for now. All we have to do is hit install, and everything happens automatically. Right, we have our editor. Now all we need is an installation of Python on our machine. There are a few ways we can do this, but I'd like to start off with the path of least resistance. Let's search for Python. The top result should be for the official Python page, python.org. You could just navigate straight there, but anyway. On the homepage there should be a Downloads tab. If you click on that, there should be a link to download the latest Python version to your computer. Download it and then open the installer. Before proceeding, make sure to select the option to add Python to your path. This makes things easier when running your scripts. When that's done, you can choose to disable the path length limit. I did a bit of research around this and I think that it makes things more future-proof, so I went ahead and clicked this option. There. Congratulations! Python is now installed. We can check this by just typing Python into a terminal within MS Code. By the way, we can open a terminal right here in MS Code. All we have to do is go to Terminal in the menu and then click New Terminal. Doing this takes us into the Python interpreter, where we can enter Python commands and see the results. For example, we can type in some simple maths expressions, just like we would into a calculator, and see the results. We can display text by simply using the print function built into Python. To get out of the interpreter, all we have to do is call the exit function by simply typing exit, followed by parentheses. Okay, great. But what about scripting? Let's make our first script. To create a new file, all we have to do is right-click on our folder and click New File. I'm going to call mine my first script.py, but again, you can call yours something else if you like. Don't forget the .py though. All we're going to do in this script is set a couple of variables. Let's call them A and B. We'll give these two variables arbitrary values of 54 and 44. Next we'll create another variable called SumAB and set this one to the sum of A and B. That's it. Make sure you save the changes, and let's run it. To run the script, all we need to do is come down to the terminal. Make sure we are in the correct directory. Then just type Python followed by a space, followed by the name of the script file. In my case it's my first script.py. Drum roll, if you please. And nothing. Nothing happened. Well, that's not quite true. Behind the scenes, everything happened, it's just that we didn't see anything, because there is nothing in our script about displaying anything to the user, us. Python ran our script perfectly well. And simply exited when it was done. That's it. Let's add some output, by adding a print statement to the script. Let's start by saying hello. Okay, make sure we save, and let's run the script again. And, yes, something happened, or something was displayed. Okay, how about something more useful? Let's display the answer to our little sum. Python's print function can also print numbers. Save. And let's run it again. Success. That was cool. Even though it might not feel like it, we have done a lot. We have an editor. And we have Python. From here we can create script after script, for whatever we desire. Now that you've got to this stage, why not keep going? Check out my other videos on Python. If this video helped you, I'd love it if you let me know in the comments below. Also, if you have any issues, add a comment and I'll be sure to respond. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again soon.